What's up, everybody? Kimberly Olson here, coming in live. It says low internet, so we'll see if it, oh, my chair is squeaking. We'll see if it actually holds up here. I might have to swipe over in my settings there to change the internet. We'll see, fingers crossed. I hope you guys are doing awesome. Happy Tuesday. Now, if you're in a cold area, spring is here. Summer is coming if you live down south. It's like 80 degrees yesterday, so I had to sit outside and enjoy this beautiful weather and appreciate being able to work from home, right? How many of you guys work from home? It's such a blessing. Even if you're raising children, that's such a blessing to be able to have a flexible schedule, be able to work from home, is it? Now, we're not going to talk about poop. I'm just throwing it out there. We're not talking about being constipated. Well, we sort of are, but we're not talking about poop. So if you're like, oh, good, she's going to talk about digestion. Not on this video. I do have a group called Rockin' the Fab Life where I talk about poop a lot, but not right now. If you guys don't know, I have PhDs in natural health and holistic nutrition, so I love talking about poop, but not right now. So we are going to talk about constipation, education constipation. Who is a victim of education constipation? It's a real thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you how to avoid it. I'm going to tell you how to not feel constipated, because I used to struggle with constipation in my early 20s when I was a hot mess and I just ate fast food every day and my body was just jacked up. And it's horrible. If you've never been constipated before, or even if you struggle with diarrhea, you feel like when you're constipated, you just feel extremely uncomfortable and you like can't be a nice person. It's weird. Well, the same thing is happening with your business potentially if you have education constipation. So if you don't know what that is, education constipation is where, better than mullets, oh my gosh, you guys. If you're in Gold Digging Boss Babes, go watch my watch party yesterday. It accidentally went to a mullet video. It's pretty awesome. So when you are learning things, education constipation is where you are learning so much you're not actually implementing anything. You're just like in learning mode that you actually start to feel uncomfortable. The reason why you feel uncomfortable is because your mind is getting overwhelmed. So when you're learning a lot, it's exciting. Like, we love learning because learning actually stimulates, like our neural pathways and things in our brain where it makes us feel good. That's why when you're growing, you feel fulfilled. And that's why sometimes in a relationship, you get stuck because you're growing, the other person isn't, and you're frustrated by that. And there can be tension, right? Or you've ever gotten bored in your business and it's like, say you've been doing your business for 5 years, you're top of the company, everything's coasting and you're just not feeling challenged. It's because you are not growing. So growing is a good thing. Learning is a good thing. I teach for a living. Like, I believe in that. But when you're constant learning and not implementing, you will get education constipation and feel really just not good. And you also will you can get some anxiety around your business because you are putting so much information in your mind that you could feel overwhelmed and therefore you feel paralyzed. So a confused mind does nothing. Can anyone relate to this? Let me know if you can relate to this where you ever feel that way. So here's what you do. And this is exactly how I learn. I learn all the time. I'm doing like 3 courses right now. I'm just always learning, obviously. I'm clearly somebody who likes to learn. So what I do is when I'm learning something, I make a decision with what I learn. Well, there's 3 things I do. I decide to dump it, I decide to do it, or I decide to move it to a rainy day. Okay, so the dump it is going to be like, let's say I'm learning something, I'm doing an Instagram course, and let's just pretend. And the guy's like, okay, what I want you guys to do is I want you to go find some influencers. I want you to go reach out to those influencers, see how much it would cost for them to do a shout out for shout out, or not a shout out for shout out, just a shout out. Find influencers and reach out to them and say, hey, I want you to feature me on your page. How much would it cost? Which is a strategy I did actually when I first started growing my Instagram. Now, let's say I'm watching this training and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to dump it. Okay. So step 1 is when you're learning stuff, you're going to decide, you're going to take it or leave it, guys. If I say something, you don't have to do everything that I said. I would recommend doing most of it, but you don't have to. You get to decide for yourself if that's something you need right now. So I'm going to dump it. Step 2 is any information I'm receiving. I'm going to pick the stuff that is most relevant to what I'm doing right now, that's going to move the needle the most, that's going to get me the most leverage. I call those income producing activities. So when I'm learning something and I'm like, boom, I'm going to do that. Let me give you an example. The podcast episode I did this week was about a new feature in Instagram where you can create a quiz. If you guys didn't watch it, it's on my business page, The Gold Digger Girl. I shared it today. It's the podcast party episode 49. There's a new poll feature. So when I was doing trainings and learning about this, I was like, that's money. Because what you can do is, or not a poll, a quiz, you could use pain points for your business to find out who is a good prospect to chat with. I'm gonna do that. So what I did, I kid you not, I was on the training live on my computer. I pulled up my cell phone and I used the feature. That's doing. How many of you would have watched that training and wrote down in your notebook, quiz feature in Instagram, in the stories, you can create a poll or you can create different options, great to use for my business. Okay, awesome. What's next, Mr. Teacher? Okay, then I have to do da 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 da. Do you guys see the difference? I'm a doer. I freaking get stuff done. And it's not just about being productive, because I am, and I'm a time blocking queen and I delegate like a mofo. Sorry if there's kids and I should have said that. But with the doing, what I do is I do right away. I'm an action implementer. So I pick and choose and I say, oh, these are Rana Madrid. I mean, seriously, like go to her website, use Gold Digger promo code, you'll get 10% off. But I'm obsessed. So I do it. I decide I'm going to take that from the training and I'm going to do it now. Guys, do it now. Third is another day. Third is rainy day. So I have a parking lot where, not in my house or my driveway, but on Fleek. That's so cute, Elizabeth. See, you're young, you can teach me this lingo. So I have a notebook that's called my parking lot. It's actually now my vision wall. I put a bunch of stuff up there too. But I have a parking lot. What I do is I drive, you know, I'm gonna go for another day. Rainy day. What I do is when I'm learning something and I'm loving it. Like let's say I was learning about how to take, I'm trying to think of a network marketing example. How to, say I'm learning about how you can actually create some kind of incentive trip for your leaders and your team and create a retreat. And like, you could do all these things with the retreat to really like make them learn and bond and do all these things. And I'm like, this is awesome. But it's not something I'm gonna do today. It's not something that's gonna help me today. What I'm gonna do is, although I love the idea, I'm not gonna do it now. I'm going to write it down in my parking lot list, because then it's out of my brain. I'm not losing the idea and I'm putting it over in my notebook. You have to have one spot for your parking lot stuff. Otherwise, if it's all over the place, your mind's just gonna feel distracted. Have you ever kept all this stuff in your mind and so you just can't sleep and you can't focus and you feel like you're ADD? That's because you're trying to hold everything in your mind and you're not implementing anything. So you're gonna dump it. Could even be delegated, by the way. So if you're like, no, I wanna do this, like I'm gonna do this in my business, you guys hire a virtual assistant for 5 hours a week and start delegating some stuff. If you're just like overwhelmed and have too much going on, or you need somebody to, oh, mofo is a safe mom word. I didn't know that, Stacy. So if you're just like, I've got too much going on, then delegate it. Like seriously, you would be better off delegating it and have it being done than you just sitting there thinking about it all the time. So I dump it or delegate it, I do it, and then, or another day. I'm serious, you guys. If you all start doing this right away, you're gonna change your lives, because you're all like really constipated with information and you keep learning and all that. And I'm all about like courses and all that stuff, but I feel like too many of you are getting frustrated because your business isn't growing because you're just sitting here watching videos all day. I'm all about it. I want you watching my stuff every day, but I want you guys getting results. At the bottom line, the reason why I do these videos is I want you to get results. You can only get results if you implement what you're learning. So stop being constipated, go implement it. This is another Gold Digger Daily, which will be taken off my timeline right now. This will be my stories for 24 hours. If you're not on my email list, you need to be on my email list, because I'm gonna email these out once a day. So if you ever miss them, you know that they'll be in your inbox whenever you wanna watch them. So go ahead and message me with your email. Don't put it in the comments. Message me with your email and I will get you on my list, okay? Have a great day. I'll see you guys later. Bye.